Hey there, brothers and sisters. Been a while, has it not? I hope all's going well with you guys. Um, yeah, I'm not really a content creator, so it's not like I have anything exciting to. And just been real bad funk, bad depression lately. Probably you guys can relate. Um, Yeah, this massive psyop, they're driving it home on us, aren't they? They're driving it home. It's gonna keep rolling. Um, I'm in Northern California in the foothills, so it's not as bad as a lot of places, but it's it's pretty bad. It's still the Twilight Zone, I tell you. I Well, I stopped going to AA because I was watching Brad from Carolina. He put out some pretty good works on followers of Christ and AA, and should a follower of Christ, should he attend AA? And I thought, yeah, I mean, because I've seen good stuff happen. I've seen good things, and there are some good people, but no, especially. When you've researched theosophy and the agenda there, and just so many reasons. There's so many reasons, but yeah, Brad from Carolina. So I stopped going there, but last meeting I went to, somebody had a cold, right? Somebody came in with a cold, and he thought he had well, because he took a test, you see. So he had the nasty, the nasty that everybody's scared of. Um, so then, a couple days later at the next meeting, like 4 or 5 people all had the nasty. They all had the nasty because they tested for it, right? So, oh my God, it's the nasty. It's the new variant of the nasty, the Omicron, you know, and so then the next meeting was a few days later, or no, they shut it down for a couple of weeks, and these people have all been juiced. They've all been juiced, the whole series of juice. The next one I go to it, because I do like these people, they're not bad people. But anyways, they all had masks on, taking temperatures. She came up to me with a temperature gun. I said, no, please, please. I was polite. I said, no, come on. No. Why not? I said, no. No, thank you. I was the only one who said no. 30 people, they all had their mask on. Then she goes, well, here, yeah, got to wear a mask. I said, I'm sorry, I can't. So I left. I just left. But that was my last one. I started watching the Brad from Carolina series on that, and yeah, I mean, he covered a lot, and there's so many reasons that it's just not. Even though good things happen, I mean, I see young mothers get their kids back and become, and just all different kinds of good stuff, but no. So it's just crazy, and this is up in the foothills, and these are spiritual people. But the level of deception's off the hook. About 6 months ago, at least for a couple days, I almost thought maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there is some nasty, going around. Not the average cold or flu, and didn't take long. It's a cold or flu, man. But they're just the amount of if you watch CNN, Fox, any of those. I mean, they're all controlled, even if some of them, so-called right wing, like Fox and The Hill, will say things that many of us who been in the trenches and this for a while, would agree with. There's still, and it's just, I like Lincoln, I forget his name. He's out of New York, man. He does some good stuff just covering this deception, New York, it's the epicenter. And man, he'll go out and he'll film it, and there's nothing. Absolutely nothing. Where do they get all these crisis actors? Where do they get these people to lie like that? I think what it is, I think it's Theosophist and, secret societies, man. I think it was time for them to pull the trigger. If there are even a lot of them, may not even be real people. They might just be AI simulated. I don't know. It's crazy. It's easy for them to do at this point. My friend, he like on Facebook, he's a pretty smart guy, but he's one of these believers and all that stuff. And oh my God, I'm gonna die, but he's a good guy. And he'll put like my face on The Rock, that wrestler guy, The Rock, and it matches up perfect, and it looks like I'm The Rock, man. It's a trip. So if he could do stuff like that, put me on Clint Eastwood, the Clint Eastwood, the cowboy westerns. It looked like a western. Anyways, what I'm saying is technology's there. They could put fake people that don't even freaking exist and make them look just like real people. And yeah, if you're just stumbling across this and have no idea, and it's just a crazy old guy speaking crazy stuff, that's fine. I could take whatever insults you want to throw my way. And it's fine. I don't really have harsh feelings. I understand. It's crazy to think that something could be this massive and be a lie, but yet it is. I do think at some point they're going to hit us with something real. I really do. I mean, that's kind of scary, but yeah, something to where indeed the body starts stacking up, They put out, so and so anti-prune juicer dies, and with the said crud, and you read the comments below, and the people are brutal, man. They're absolutely brutal, man. And these are people who consider themselves loving, Oh yeah, because we're killing everybody, Oh my Lord. They're just and then what I'll do is I'll check their profile, and to make sure they're not bots. And majority of them all have bunch of channels and stuff, and it's crazy. Maybe we'll do one of those, but I think the Theosophists have been and that's their agenda from their writings. If you read their writings, that's their agenda. From especially Alice Bailey, externalization of the hierarchy, reappearance of the Christ. Those were channeled to her by her ascended master. That's what they call them, DK. And there's a whole bunch of different ones. In fact, they think when they say Jesus, he was just an avatar. He wasn't the Christ. And lovely Barbara Marx Hubbard, she's passed away. I'm guessing if there's a bad place, she's there. Very wicked lady, but she acts so loving, and they love her. They just eat her up. Here's one of her quotes. They see, any fundamentalist, I guess, is what you would call them. Anybody who is, especially the Abrahamic religions, but they're not too concerned about any other ones. Christianity is the one they really, yeah. But again, they have their own version of Christ. They're just such deceivers. Such deceivers, man. When you read, because this you're reading from an ascended master, a fallen angel, fallen angels we call them, and there's so many people under the New Age working with these spirits. So many of them are demons, at the lower levels. It's like, man, you could YouTube all different kinds of New Age practices, and you'll get hundreds of videos with hundreds of thousands of views. That's just the way it is, man. Their agenda's working. Their agenda's absolutely working. I think that's why many of us don't feel well. It's just that darkness. It's spiritual as well as electronic attacks, guys. It really is. There's Alice Bailey. So there's no question, therefore, that the work to be done in familiarizing the general public with the nature of the mysteries is paramount importance at this time. These mysteries will be restored to the outer expression through the medium of the church and the Masonic fraternity. When the Great One, that's our Messiah, comes with his disciples and initiates, we shall have restoration of the mysteries and their esoteric presentations as a consequence of the first initiation. So this was written in the 40s, I believe, and this is through the church. They've infiltrated many churches. Well, I'm kind of grateful. I found a pretty good church. I think a lot of the charismatics they've infiltrated. Obviously you have your Joel Osteens and your those kind of those are obvious. And then the Masonic fraternity. So, they're in every form of government, local, county, state, federal, of course, global, and the UN, which, and they're just everywhere, every aspect of our society. It's amazing. I'll see people and they'll have a necklace with this, and other symbols. This is a great invocation. So that's invocating their Great One. Now, 2025, an externalization of the hierarchy is when they expect to start revealing themselves to the general public. So it'll be the Great One and hierarchy members. Possibly they'll come as aliens. I don't know. It's the reappearance of the Christ. UN is straight up Theosophist, guys. Lucifer magazine, it's now Lucius Trust, but it was Lucifer. Oh no, this is H.P. Bailey, so this is a book she wrote. They think Lucifer is a good guy, right? This is a meditation room in the United Nations. They meditate there. That whole block thing's magnetic, and it goes all the way down to the earth. I think it's even in the earth. There's some power in it because they do it. There's some power in their invocation. They really, if you haven't, I've really researched them a lot, but I'm no authority on it. I don't want to be one. I just I don't know. I feel led to research it. And so they very much encourage their members to meditate, and they're militant about it. These people really do. So there's some kind of power in that. This is a mural in the Security Council room in the United Nations. And these people are very much into their symbolisms, numerology, astrology, so this all tells a story to them. You guys have seen the Denver Airport, Bank of America mural, all kind of like along the lines of this. There are people who broke them down on YouTube. Unless you're an adept, I don't think anybody can fully know, but we can get the gist of it. This bird in the center, right? Well, the artist himself said that represents the phoenix, and we know the phoenix represents Lucifer. So the phoenix is shedding its skin, and there's obviously a marriage and so. But yeah, that's United Nations. So yeah, every nation, national leader, they're all Luciferian, all of them. So if we have a World War III, you could bet they're all in on it. Albert Pike, 1800s. He's like hailed as I think all Masons in the Scottish Rite, they gravitate towards his writings, and they think Lucifer's a good guy. Gave us the gift of intellect. We were animal man, and Lucifer, gave us the gift of intellect. David Spangler, wicked dude, if you ask me. Lucifer comes to give us the final gift of wholeness. If we accept it, then he is free and we are free. This is the Luciferic initiation. It is one many people now and in the days ahead will be facing, for it is the initiation into the new age. I don't believe this whatever it is, it ain't going in my arm, and I don't recommend people taking it. I mean, I've watched so much different and read so many different things on it, and what's the ingredients, I still don't know. I mean, we have lies and deception everywhere. I just know it ain't going in me. But I don't believe it is the mark. I pray it's not, but it doesn't weigh on my heart. But who am I? Who am I? I mean, many people, but it ain't going in my arm, and I don't recommend it. In fact, I beg people don't do it. But it appears to me what they're doing, things are going to heat up. There's going to be a lot of death. There's going to be a lot of turmoil, especially reading their writings. And then the hierarchy and their coming one will come on the stage, and we're going to be fed up with world leaders. We're going to be fed up with the media. We're going to be fed up with the doctors because everybody's lying, even the so-called left and the so-called right. Everybody's just going to come together, and because this guy's going to have the answers. It all does line up with the Bible. Scroll on over. Yeah, it's the Theosophy magazine. That's a good one right there. So yeah, I know many people who are really good followers of Christ. I mean, a lot of these little old ladies, man, they've been serving the Lord all their life, and they don't know. They got the prune juice. Come on, man. Everybody in my family got it except for my boys, but none of them are believers. They may be Joel Osteen believers, you know what I mean? But they're not real followers, and I'm not saying that to be like righteous or nothing. It's just they're not. My boys still have twin boys, 24. They live down in the Bay Area. Good boys. I already say this. They're good boys. They're kind of following my footsteps of being a rowdy drunk, but you can't blame them. They didn't have a good example, so trying to show them a good one now, and trying to get them to think about the Lord, because there is no hope here. This world it's gone. It's gone. It always has been, but at least now we could see it if we didn't before, So yeah, I mean, I don't even think of like the American dream or anything. In fact, I'm just looking for a job washing dishes. That's just enough to get by and maybe help some people here and there. I did score a job at a hotel here in town, and they wanted me to wear a mask and get tested, and I said, I can't. I can't. You know, if it came down to starving, I might just work long enough just to eat, have food to eat for a minute. And but if it comes down to the prune juice, no, absolutely not. Never, ever, ever. Never, ever, ever. You know, it's just one of those things. You have to cross that bridge when you get to it. California, I mean, now they're trying to mandate schools. You know, they mandated Chicago. I think the whole city has to get it. New York. You know, they'll eventually, if it keeps going, they're going to end up mandating the whole state. You know, California, you got to have it if you want to drive, if you want to live here. It's one of those things. I mean, my mom's here, and I do have a brother, some nieces and nephews, and of course my boys. I might have to leave the state. I mean, there's not much else I can do. You know, they won't understand, but I can't do it. Can't do it. I'm not doing it, and you know, it's just kind of the end day blues, I guess. But the reception's just off the hook, man. So did I get off track? Yeah, I think what they're doing is so we're going to see a lot of death and destruction. We're going to see, you know, the population's we're going to be ravished. And then they'll come in as the good guys, you know. Just all the more reason to try to get close to our Creator, our Lord. And if you're not a believer and you're listening to me ramble, that's fine. Maybe consider it. I only reason why I decide, you know what, is since 2015 I've been researching, going down rabbit holes, and you know, I got to about 2 years ago. I just really got to thinking, you know what? There's truly only two sides, man. There truly is only two sides, and you got to pick one. In a lot of ways, for me, it does seem like Theosophy has some stuff, you know, that it kind of does seem like maybe man was just an animal. I mean, we poop and pee like animals, we mate like animals, you know, maybe we were animals and we did get the gift of intellect, right? No, no, no. They lie. They lie so much, guys. They so much lie. I don't understand so much in the Bible. I don't get the whole circumcision stuff, you know, and it's what's the I mean, man, some of the books, it's uncircumcised this and this and this, and it goes on and on. It must say circumcision about 40 times in 2 paragraphs. And what the heck's the importance of this? You're the creator of all things, and you want us to cut off a portion that you put on there? There's got to be some reason. I don't know. Maybe it's a physical marker because of the Nephilim. I don't know. But there's got to be a reason. I don't understand that. And I guess I don't need to. You know, as of now, it's circumcision of the heart, so I could deal with that. Right? I don't get how Esau was bad. I don't understand that. Esau, he seemed like he was all right. It seemed like his brother deceived him. You know, I mean, my brother wanted a bowl of soup. I'd give him one, but I don't know. Again, I don't know. I don't get Lot. How was Lot a righteous man? I mean, he's going to give him his daughters to rape instead of pulling out swords and saying, well, let's just all fight to the death. I don't get it. But, you know, those are things I don't need to get. You know, in the books, Jesus says, I tell you the truth, I tell you the truth, I tell you the truth. I just, and maybe that's just where we have to use discernment. There is truly only two sides, though. Maybe when you get far enough down the rabbit holes, even like, not Alex Jones. Everybody knows Alex Jones, a deceiver. Ike. Ike, and, that. Nope. They're either deceived or they're deceiving, or both. Because it's, well, if you haven't gotten that far on your journey of seeking, I guess just keep seeking. But yeah. And I don't understand it, and surely I'm no righteous, godly man. I mean, I try to be. I do try to be. I mean, I try to follow what he asked of us, which isn't really much when you think about it. I mean, a lot of forgiving and stuff like that I struggle with on a lot of people, but I get it. I get it. It's just, it's a struggle, you know? So anyways, yeah. It's rough, huh, guys? Especially when you're just absolutely alone. And probably most of us are. Most of us are. It's cool. The church I go to, they all get it. This is a deception. They get that. Many of them are still left-right paradigm, which it's going to be rare. You're going to find people who've come out of that. It's going to be rare. But is what it is. So it can't be too much longer, and I do think things are going to heat up. Be it this war, be it something bacterial, they could just spray it on us. Maybe something was in the juice. Maybe 5G. Who knows, guys? But yeah, I mean, we're going to start seeing some bodies stack up. Everything's in place, right? They already know who's the troublemakers or who's, so they'll probably be rounded up. I'll probably be one of them. I know I'll be one of them. Spoke up, man. And then judging by the comments I see and some of the people I talk to, and people will be happy about it. It's funny, all these people who are anti-Nazi and, oh my God, you bigot, these are the people acting like Nazis. It's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. They'd be happy to see us rounded up because we don't buy into a lie. It's just like the Bible says, good shall become evil and evil shall become good. As a, guy in AA, the sponsor, I don't know why. I was kind of a mess. I just figured, yeah, I'll grab somebody, but he's one of those types, just big time. If you don't support women's rights, you're a bigot. What? I'm a bigot because I happen to like babies. I like babies. I don't want to see them, running from a scalpel. I'm a bigot. But they don't get it. They don't get the distortion. They think that, they don't realize the founder of Planned Parenthood is a eugenist and hates people of color, for lack of better words, whatever the politically correct thing is to say, They wanted them exterminated, man. Or anybody of lower nature, as they would put it, That's what the whole thing is for. You don't think they don't abort their children. They don't kill their children, Absolutely not. They think they're being so open-minded, and I just don't get it, man. I don't get it, guys. Don't get it at all, man. Now, on the flip side, but of course, they've purposely made society corrupt and self-seeking and, just totally depraved. They've done it on purpose. But because I was going to say, on the flip side, when these women do have children, and say if they are addicted to drugs and this baby did not come out, able to work and able to function, and many of quote unquote Christians would just get a job, bum, or whatever, instead of. So it's a complex there, but I don't know. Here's the thing, guys. This is all going to end relatively soon, and it's all coming to a head. Thank God, because we cannot fix this. He needs to come. That's where I really decided that Jesus has to be. He says he is, because we can't fix this no matter what. There's no man or men, even if everybody in America say all of a sudden, well, quote unquote, woke up. I don't like woke up, but say if they all did and said, we're not going to take this. No, there's no fixing this. Only he could fix it. So I guess in the meantime, what we got to do is, or what I need to do is strive to get close to him and his will for me, and do my best to carry that out. It's good to have some food. It's good to have some supplies. I don't know. I'm thinking of plan Bs and stuff. I'm not too stressed about it, but it'd be nice if you had somebody, because I could get off track. It's good to have somebody bounce ideas off, and it's good to have that feeling of comfort, Bottom line, when it's time for me to die, odds are I'll be dying alone. Odds are I'll be dying alone. It won't be with a group of people. They'll segregate you, and if the Bible be correct, 10 days they'll have us, and then they'll kill us. Yeah, I hope that doesn't scare anybody, It's just, well, Jesus told us, fear not, fear not, fear not, fear not, fear not. So we shouldn't be scared at all. It's easier said than done, and we're going to fall into it, but Psalms are always great. Psalms. Well, all right, guys. I think I just wanted to check in and see how, I know a few people watch a couple of my vids. Again, I'm not a content creator, and I'm not trying to be, but if anybody can relate, and it's not like I like talking about myself. It's just I don't have somebody in front of me. I'm more of a listener, but hopefully you guys can relate, and hopefully understand and maybe help somebody. I don't know. Yeah, we're in the last days, my friends. We are. We definitely are. And but there's good stuff. That just means the Bible is correct, and he is coming back, and he's going to make things right. I don't like the idea of hell. I don't trip on it for myself necessarily, although maybe I should, but I don't put much thought in it. I just figure, you know what, I can only do what I can do, and I'm trying. If I don't get to go to the good place, and I go to the bad place, and it's just the way I look at it. And it would suck, and but I worry about other people, man. I don't want to see people go to the bad place. It sounds horrible. I really pray there's that maybe you could just extinguish the souls, or I don't know. Man. All right, guys. Well, I love you, and we'll just keep going. Right now, the day isn't bad. I went to a Bible study, had coffee. Woke up at 1 o'clock, man. This is the third time I've had this dream. It was a horrible, horrible nightmare. Horrible. I don't think it was anything prophetic in that it could be, I could say, oh man, this is what's going to happen. It was more of, I think I think it was coming from God, and I think it more pertains to me. But it's one of those horrible dreams where you wake up just petrified and you carry that eerie feeling with you. The first time I had it was real, real bad. This was the third time, and it was the same thing. It was my ex-wife and I, Mary, and my twin boys were real little, and we were going to rent this flat in San Francisco. It's a wonderful flat, right? And or we were going to buy it. That's it. We were buying it, and I think we did buy it. Well, and then there was 3 stories, and the other 2 we own those 2, but they were sealed off. I don't want to get too much into it, but just kind of give you an idea. And we started going up to the upper flats to clean them off, and I think we were going to rent them out. And it had a view of I think the bay, and it was it was like on a real clean street, and there was all kinds of evil spirits and bad stuff in there, and man, it was just horrible, horrible. And I've had it 3 times, kind of different ones each time. It wasn't the exact same thing, but it was that same apartment. Same flat. Wow. Yeah, it's giving me the creeps thinking about it now. Maybe that'll be my bad place. I don't know. Oof. I'd hate to think spend eternity there, man. Yapes. All right. Well, I love you guys, man. Hang tough.